Team Primos is arriving in the land of enchantment to chase Merriam wild turkeys in the Elk Hills of New Mexico. Troy and Lake are headed out a few days early to do some scouting before Brad and I arrive. After driving for a day and a half, the guys run into something the Mississippi boys don't get to see very often.
But I'm in a short sleeve shirt. Left the house at 7 o'clock this morning sweating. And now it's 30 degrees and snowing. It's outrageous.
The guys arrive well after midnight, but that's not going to stop them from getting up and doing some scouting the next morning. Primos Truth About Hunting is brought to you by Bushnell, Savage, Federal, Matthews Archery, Rage, Mossy Oak, Squincher, Polaris, and Primos Hunting. Speak the language.
Lake and I and Zach got up early this morning to about 4.5 inches of snow. Our plan was to do the same thing we did last year, come up here and do a little scouting, a little pre-scouting, and get a little MRI. But we were going to have a little MRI this year with a twist. Or should I say, with a bang. This year, old Lake and T-Roy's got a New Mexico turkey tag. And Brad and Wilbur don't know nothing about it.
Can you see the Longbeard?
No, but I hear him.
There's an elk.
Elk right there now. When was the last time you had an elk walk between you and a turkey, Lake?
The first time. First time. I was just thinking that. I was like, huh. Where'd the turkey?
I just think this weather's got them jacked up.
Maybe. I'm not too certain. This ain't like finding tracks back home.
No.
Unless you find them after fresh rain. Like these turkeys have been here in the past
Yeah, that turkey been
half
here.
hour tops.
Let's go see. Let's just head down to the lower valleys and those meadows and see if there's anything to see down there.
I bet we find some.
And if not, some of this snow will probably melt off by tomorrow and we'll get back on that sneaky joker.
Sounds good to me, buddy.
The guys spend the rest of the day scouting the lower valleys with hopes that the temperature will rise as we try and find a hot gobbler for later. This segment of The Truth is brought to you by Height Spot Quivers, Black Gold, and Ripcord.
We're at 4:31. We late.
We're 1 minute behind schedule, but we're doing good. It is clear as a bell outside on this May the 2nd. The snow has melted down low, but it's probably still got a good bit up on top. And we're going out here and see if we can't get old Lake Pickle his first Merriam. I thought we had him yesterday, but he kind of hoodwinked us, but I think we got him kind of figured out. One thing about these Merriams is you tend to kind of hang out in the same places even though you're hunting such a huge, vast piece of property. I know in Wyoming and stuff, people talk about how far they travel, but these here in this ranch we're hunting in New Mexico, they kind of hang within 50, 60 acres at the most.
Houdini, man. That's that turkey's name. After that,
There's already been one named Houdini.
well, he's something. Now you see me, now you don't. Because that time he gobbled and he was that close, you could hear his chest thumping like that. And
That
then,
was your chest thumping.
maybe so, but I should have laid eyes on him at least. Thought he
Let's go
was
on.
dead.
I'm sweating.
This is the meadow that we heard that turkey in yesterday morning. We set up off it on the road that comes into it. But this morning we snuck in here well before daylight and tried to get set up. Put Killer Bee and 2 hens out. And the turkey's not, he's roosted. There's 2 of them. They're not exactly where we expected them to be. They usually roost right up in this drain right here. But instead they're on this far end down here. So I think we still have a chance. And turkeys, they flew down. They kind of stayed in the woods for a little while. But just with the sound of their gobbling, they're finally starting to come to the edge of this meadow. They find, for the longest time we were yelping to them, I don't think they could hear us. But they just started to answer some, so I think we're going to be seeing them here in a second. I hope so anyway.
Straight across till you come out to the right. You walking out by the water? See him across the water?
I see him. Yeah.
I don't think you can see him yet.
He gonna fly. He flew it. He just flew it. He sees that decoy now.
On it.
Running straight towards us. You ready? Bam!
First Merriam, brother.
T-roll. Zach.
Good job, man. That was awesome.
T-roll.
First Merriam, brother.
Thank you, man.
We called that sucker from a mile. Hey, if it wouldn't be
Hold
for,
on, guys.
if it wouldn't be for Killer B,
T-roll. Come here. Hey.
I love you, man. I love you too, buddy. Good job.
Zach, thank you, man. Yes.
we was here only one day. We drove 15 hours to get here and got hung up in the snowstorm and got here later than we wanted. Yesterday, I'm thinking it's the same turkey. We messed with this turkey right here. But the cool thing is, gosh, we heard what? 4 more turkeys this morning? And we got Brad and Will coming this evening. They'll be here and we got 2 turkeys figured out on the other side.
I cannot say thank you enough, T-Roy.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy.
Thank you. Zach, thank you, my brother.
You're welcome, man.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you. I can't wait to show this to Wilbur and Brad.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna hang him in Wilbur's shower, and Wilbur comes in there to say,
Hey!
He's like, hey, there's a turkey in the shower. Oh, that is cool.
He is gorgeous, man. Absolutely gorgeous.
Brad and Will have no idea that we actually been up here hunting. They thought we did the same thing we did last year, is we were gonna come up here and scout, find all the turkeys for them. Brad and I will be here in about 15 minutes, so we're gonna hang this in Wilbur's shower, and we're gonna tell Wilbur, man, you seen what they done with the place? Lake's never killed a Merriam, so he was up to bat first, and I still got my tag. And
Brad and Will are just pulling up. They got this is gonna be good.
Look, Will pulled out some showing up old school on that trip.
what y'all got to carry?
I'm talking about stuff from the
Oh
60s.
man, we've been playing Crosby, Stills, and Nash, America.
We listened to Joe Walsh on the way.
Oh, did you? Awesome.
And then we got caught in a snowstorm.
Y'all doing okay?
Dude, I ain't seen it snow like that since
What's going on, Lake?
What's
What's up, Zach? How's it going, dude?
Hey, as long as we got paper towels, we can.
Tell you what, it's a lot colder here than it was in Mississippi this morning.
Look at the floors, man.
Shoot, it's a high class truck you can't move.
Dude, it was so cold. Is this Will's or yours?
That's Wilbur.
They painted the whole place. Look, Will, you got hardwood floors, a new bed.
He's gonna miss that carpet.
I know you didn't like it.
Woo!
Your bathroom's a ticket. You ought to see that. Check out your bathroom, Jack. You want this right here, Will?
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Check out your bathroom. Look at your shower.
Y'all done killed the turkey. How, Brad? They've been holding out on him. They think they done got a dead turkey up in my shower. Oh, yeah.
They messing with you. I'm in the shower.
That's why they want me to look at the shower.
Dang, that's awesome. Ain't got no spurs,
Oh,
does
they
he?
ain't got no spurs.
I killed one here one time that had no spurs.
That's pretty.
That's
man.
pretty.
I didn't mean to leave that there. I was just gonna let him hang and
Yeah.
get, you know.
Have you drawed him?
I drew it. Okay, that's good. That's your first one, huh?
My first Merriam.
Congrats.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
That's great, y'all. I think we got to go to that big meadow.
The very back. Go to some fresh ground. I ain't scared of that. There's always been turkeys there for 12 years. I ain't never been back there when we found a turkey at some point during our trip. Troy and Lake went in there, seen some tracks. And it was snowing that day, and so there's always turkeys back there, always. I can't remember, you might have said this years ago or came out. You know, every time you go to turkey camp somewhere, there's always somebody say, I want you to go kill Fred. Go hunt Fred. Like, I don't want no part of Fred. If he's got a name, I'm out.
That's
I want to go to one that hadn't been named. 4:13. We got to leave here in 10 minutes.
Huh? Man.
It's a 45-minute drive up there.
It don't matter when we get there.
It's not that far. It's just so slow. Up and all them rocks. Well, it'll be fun. I'm gonna go get the rest of my stuff together and we'll head out.
just got out of the truck. It took us 45 minutes to get here. One just gobbled about 200 yards from us. We're too close to him really right now in the truck. We figured they'd be further in. I think we're all right, but I wish we was 10 minutes earlier, 200 yards that way. We need to get across this field and go up the other side, I think.
As we head out to the valley, there are turkeys gobbling in every direction. My heart's racing, along with my legs, as we hurry to get across the meadow and set up before they fly down. Closed captioning for The Truth provided by Final Approach. This segment of The Truth is brought to you by Ozonics, Yeti, and Ceasefire. We're up early this morning here in New Mexico. We're headed up the mountain in hopes of finding some hard gobbling Merriams.
One just gobbled about 200 yards from us. We need to get across this field and go up the other side.
We're close to these turkeys. I can hear them walking on the branches. We're so close. So I take out my wing and let them know there's some more girls flying down over here. Brad is about 50 yards behind me calling and pulling the string on Killer Bee's fan.
Coming. Here we are. The tree's got way on my lip.
When they finally fly down, they are directly to our left and are only about 75 yards away.
I can hear him coming.
Straight to my left, Troy. You see him?
Yeah, I see him.
The hens are going to the right.
Stay on the wheel.
Longbeard's right behind them. Us roosted is roasted for once. I gotta hang on to the tree.
He got some hooks on him too.
Does he?
God, he had a roar on him.
Didn't he though? Holy moly.
One thing to note, if you watch this hunt, is mouth calls, box calls. We did everything and we got them fired up, but it wouldn't happen. And then I started using this slate, just a certain tone, and that hen liked it. And me and her started talking.
Mm-hmm.
And then did you see them coming around? The decoys coming around to me right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him fall. I was like, oh yeah, Will's finna get him. What a setup. God, he was loud.
You know, and what's so great is when it's fun sharing this.
Yeah.
You know. But when you figured out what the deal was, I didn't have to reach down and try to get my slate. You know.
Yeah, because I mean,
There's
we both
something. There's
recognize-
something about a slate. I'm telling you, you can talk about glass, you can talk about slate, other surfaces, but there's something about a slate.
that right there, I mean, that got that hen. She's like, who is that? I'm gonna come check her out. Beautiful hunt, Will, beautiful. What a way to share it in the
That's a
mountains.
heavy turkey. He's got a beard on him too. That's a mountain gobbler.